The transportation sector is an important component of the economy and a common tool used for development of every other sector. Experts are now bothered that the sector contributes less than 5% to Nigeria's gross domestic product. This two-day national conference is premised on sustainable funding for transport development in Nigeria, towards finding alternative options to grow the sector.
Given the current economic realities, where the government sources of funding are being threatened by unstable oil revenues and the myriad of other challenges, there is need to address the nation's problems of funding transport infrastructure development head-on. In a recent report, the World Bank had observed that Nigeria requires about $14.2 billion annually to fund its infrastructure deficit.
The Minister of Finance and Minister of State for Transportation, speaking at the conference, says government's innovation through private sector financing is yielding results, but focus should be on creating more opportunities for investors, while also highlighting the achievements so far.
Interventions by the Federal Ministry of Transportation include massive construction of roads, rail lines with access roads, inland water ports, seaports, new terminals in existing ports, dry ports with access to roads and rail, the inland container depot and freight, all geared towards building a modern and efficient transportation system that guarantees sustainable socio-economic development of Nigeria.
The transport infrastructure financing allows us to deepen our domestic capital market through the issuance of medium to long-term debt instruments, which allow citizens and institutional investors to take a stake in the future growth of our economy. The issuance of Eurobonds targeted at infrastructure spending allows us to raise foreign exchange at the international capital market determined rate, but also registers Nigeria as a viable investment destination for foreign investors. We have seen businesses selecting industrial corridors to invest in, and they recover their investments through tax credits. In January 2021, Mr. President signed the Executive Order number 007 that we call the Road Infrastructure Tax Credit Scheme. This executive order was signed with the first batch of 19 roads, totaling about 794 kilometers, with 7 investors uptaking to build those roads with their resources.
Director General of Debt Management Office addressed the prospects of the China Belt Road Initiative towards Nigeria's transport infrastructural development.
So with China, they are very supportive of infrastructure financing. All we need to do is identify the projects. We identify the projects ourselves. The costing is also us. Once they are approved and contracts are awarded, we then begin to arrange for financing.
A concrete resolution at the meeting shows that a shift on reliance of public financing to private funding through a beneficial policy would better address transportation deficit. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.